In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto. Question everything, trust nothing. It's your boy CryptoKeeper here on a Friday night. What's up, chat? How is everybody? Guys, pay close attention here. Okay, check this out. It's Friday night. I'm thinking Miguel's probably not watching. He's got some family stuff going on. Shout out to Miguelito. I think he's having a good time right now. But did you guys see what time the stream started tonight when it's just Keeper? When it's just the guy from the Marine Corps, the stream starts at 7:30. Okay. Not pointing any fingers, but you know what I'm saying? So yeah, 7:30. It's great. Crypto fam, I hope you guys have had a great week. It's been a little rocky, a little rough out there. I know people have been trying to figure out what in the heck am I doing? Why am I in crypto? Or maybe not even why am I in crypto, but is this going to stop? Is it going to get worse? Well, I've got some answers for you tonight, and stick around to the end because I'm going to tell you the bullish case for Bitcoin and why I actually think that a lot of this news in the short, medium, and long term could be hugely bullish. So stick around for that. Also, another thing hugely bullish for your portfolio would be, I don't know, 5 ETH. Yeah, 5, not 0.5, not 0.05. 5 ETH. I'm thinking that'd be a good thing for anyone's portfolio. I'll take an extra 5 ETH. So if you're not in Danger Close Alpha, we've got a number of new people that just were jumping in last night. If you're one of those new people, welcome. If you're not, make sure if you're an OG, if you're an old head, that you're welcoming the new people in. We definitely want the new people to feel welcome, to have fun in the game. And you guys know your way around the community. So welcome them in and let them know what a great set of people we've got working together in there. So yeah, if you're interested in doing that, just jump in, become a holder, ask some questions. The game's getting ready to start. We've got a commodities drop getting ready to happen on Monday. Monday should be the commodities drop. We'll have some more Twitter spaces in between now and then. We got a lot going on in the DCA fam. So just be paying attention. Be paying attention to Twitter. Be paying attention to YouTube. Be paying attention to TikTok. Be paying attention to all of these social media channels that I swore I would never be involved in. I promise you, looking back when I started my TikTok channel, I would have laughed at you had you have told me that that I was going to like actually have a YouTube channel or that I was going to have some sort of a following on TikTok, because it just wasn't something I would do. I would joke around with my wife about it. I'd tell her, hey, you know, I'm going to run for president. I'm going to be huge on here. And it just happened to kind of kick off a little bit. Hi, Boogie. Come here. Come say hi to everybody. You saying hi to Jesus over there? Okay, well, let's come say hi to everybody real quick. Come here. Come here. Okay. Well, you know what time it is. It's ledger time. Listen, those of you who are in here, you must have been listening to little Addison, because I've seen some ledger codes popping off. Actually, Ledger had their highest sales ever. Be your own bank. Be your own hardware wallet, or be your own hardware wallet. Just be the wallet. No, be your own bank. Hold your own keys, and you can be more like Addison. Good night, Boogie. I love you. For those of you who don't know, that's my beautiful 17-month-old daughter, Addison. We went out to dinner tonight, and she was just an absolute joy. And she always is until she's not. You know how that goes. Little kiddos can be all sorts of fun until they don't want to be fun. And then all of a sudden it's like, ah. So yeah, I'm super excited to be here tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. A little bit of a long intro. Let's get into the markets. Let's see what's going on. Before we do that, though, smash the likes. Do your thing. You know what time it is. It is debate crypto time. We want to have some fun tonight, and I hope you guys do as well. Oops, let me turn my little ringer off there. There we go. All right, let's check out the markets. Let's start there, and then we will get into the bullish case for Bitcoin and, you know it, the markets. Here we go. Let me restock here. Let me update. We've got the global crypto market cap at $833.25 billion with a B dollars. That is up 0.49% over the last day. So, what do you think's happening, guys? We got Bitcoin down a little bit over. Well, hold on a second. Is this even? Let me update this. Let me just double check. When Bitcoin's down, usually the rest of the market is the same color, but maybe not here. There we go. Bitcoin up 0.06%. ETH, man, these things are jumping around like crazy right now. I don't even know what's going on. We're down, guys. We're flat, right? The top 10 has not moved more than 2%. That's what's happening right now. I know that was a heck of an intro into what's going on with the markets. So the question becomes, where's this headed and why is it headed there? And we're going to get to that. But let me start off with a little chart. I want to show you guys something that I've seen. Now, many of you maybe have seen this before, but I want to dive into this. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, the Ledger Hardware Wallet's a way you can do it. We've got a partnership with Lux Algo that we just started. We will get into that. I didn't even show that tonight, but we've got that going on. We've got a new thing with I Trust Capital that we're doing as it relates to crypto IRAs. There's some new things that you can do. But if you do, I'm paying attention to the chat, right? You can always do super chats. You guys are always helping us out, doing your thing there. And we do appreciate the support there. But I am paying attention to the chat. I will try to pay lots of attention this evening, especially since I don't have my cohort or cohorts to bounce things off of. So chat, let's have some fun. You already know what to do in there. Let's have some fun. Let's teach some people some stuff. And let's have a conversation, because that's what it's about. If you're here for Twitch, welcome. Make sure that you guys do your thing. Subscribe to Debate Crypto. We're glad to be there too. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm not even able to like spit out all of the social media platforms we're on now. I'm like having a really hard time. Just where am I? Where's this going? Where's that going? Where's this going? I'm gonna have to hire some people here soon. So it's a good problem to have. So I'm going to show you this chart. And I want to start with this because I think it's really important for people to understand where we are at right now, because I don't think that a lot of times people do. Okay. So many of you seen this chart. This is the psychology of a market. Okay. Now, this is circled right here. Don't worry about this circle right now. Okay. So we go from disbelief to hope. So the disbelief is saying this rally is going to fail, just like the others is going to fail. Okay. Then we get a little bit of a pump. That's called hope. It says a recovery is possible. Okay. Then we get into optimism. Oh my gosh, this rally is real. Belief, I got to go all in. Thrill, oh my gosh, I'm going 10x. I'm going 100x. Let's freaking go. And then euphoria. Guys, ladies, gentlemen, my name is CryptoKeeper, and I am God's gift to crypto investing. So if you follow me and you listen to what I tell you to do, you will be rich tomorrow, probably. And a lot of people, I'm going to stop right there. A lot of people got in during that euphoric stage. And during the euphoric stage, because I've been around for a few years, the euphoric stage is one of those you'll hear me talk about where you throw a dart at, if you put a bunch of cryptocurrencies on a dartboard and you just closed your eyes and threw the dart, let's say you're at least good enough to hit the board, you'd hit something and there's a very good chance that you could make money with that asset if you started trading it. So that is what's happening when things are euphoric. That's actually even happening prior to the euphoria. That's happening probably back into the belief and thrill area. But a lot of you came in during that thrill euphoria, right? Then we start to get a little bit of a cool off and people get complacent. Okay. Starts to feel like, okay, like we've cooled off a little bit. All right. Just needs a little cool off before we run again. Then the market starts dropping. What do we get? Anxiety. Shout out to all you anxious bulldog holders out there. Anxiety. Why am I getting margin called? This dip is taking longer than expected. Oh my gosh. Then it keeps dipping. You're in pure denial. You're like, listen, I've got good investments here. I know the projects that I'm in are where it's at. Then it goes to full panic. You're like, holy crap. Everyone's selling. The whole market's crashing. I got to get out. Okay. I think that we are at just past this. So we go panic, then capitulation. Capitulation is what's been happening recently, where people are like just getting out and bailing out. But I want to tell you, and I want to encourage you, this is not for financial advice. I just want to throw out there that when everyone else is capitulating, if you believe that fundamentally crypto has not changed, do not go anywhere. Okay. Listen, again, I don't know what you're doing with your money. I have nothing to do with your finances, nor will I give you advice on what to do with your finances. What I can tell you is that if your bills are good, your family's good, your priorities are in order, don't go anywhere. I'm telling you, that capitulation stage, as it's going from capitulation to anger, is the best place I've ever freaking bought. And I think we're at the point where we hit anger. Why would FTX do this? Why would the government allow this to happen? We've got to have regulation. Okay. And we're headed between anger and depression right now. I don't want you guys to hit the depression stage. And I got to tell you, I don't think that there's any reason to hit the depression stage. Why? Well, because if you believe that fundamentally nothing has changed in the crypto space, if you believe that, okay, because this takes conviction. This is one of those things where you don't get in light. This is not a lighthearted thing to do. There might be people in here that have got a couple $100 in, but there's probably people in here that have their life savings in crypto. I don't recommend, any of that or anywhere in between. You got to do what makes sense for you. But what I will say is that the people that understand the idea that the markets haven't changed, that we still have an intrinsically valuable asset in Bitcoin, that Ethereum, though gas fees are never fun, but it's gotten a lot better. Though the Ethereum works, projects are being built on top of that. Smart contracts are the future. If you believe all of that, don't go anywhere. I'm begging you, don't go anywhere. And it's not to get our view counts up. It's not to smash more likes. By the way, side note, smash the likes. It's not for any of that. It's because I want to see you succeed the way that Crusader and I have succeeded. And there's a lot of people that have succeeded well beyond what we've done, right? We're just the little guys. But I've seen enough success in the crypto space from making decisions when it's tough, from making decisions when others are saying, screw this, I'm out, that I want to give you the encouragement to do the same thing. So I know it's hard right now. I know people are angry. I know people want regulation. I know that there's a lot of, everything's FTX, FTX, FTX. So I'm not even going to dive into the FTX stuff tonight very hard at all. I'm going to touch on it because I need you a little bit, but we're not going to dive into that, right? Everybody knows he's a crook. He's a fraud. The whole company was over leveraged. It's not looking good, but that's going to play into part of why Bitcoin ultimately, this could be a bullish case for Bitcoin. And we'll get into that here in a little bit. So stick around, smash the likes. Let's have some fun. Let me check in with the chat here real quick. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Who we got in the chat tonight? We got Sean, as always. Sean, New World, my dude. What is going on, Mr. Evanchik? We got the Hoj Army, FU, Kenton. Hey, listen, we've got a bunch of the DCA fam in the house tonight. Keeper is on fire tonight, ready to rock and have some fun. Thank you, DCA fam. Coffee break, drink this stuff way too often. DCA fam, you are in the house tonight. So thank you for being here. We got Crypto Billy in the house, Magic Banding, James Watson. Who else we got in here? We got your boy, John Wick. Well, it just says Wick 589, but Puddle's in the house. Patrick is in the house. Man, Sly Raven, Ultimate Finish. Everybody is up in the house. Flat Smack. I think Shambles is back from vacation. I don't know if she's in here or not, but listen, shout out to everybody in here. I freaking love you guys. I am glad that you are all here to watch the stream tonight. Okay, get involved with DCA. Get yourself some 5 ETH. Let's have some fun. Be around for the commodities drop on Monday. Okay. So as a result of a lot of this happening, people are upset. People are saying we need regulations. One of the things that's been talked about is this: proof of reserves. And these exchanges have rushed to show their proof of reserves. But is it enough? Let's check. Centralized exchange is still standing after the fall of FTX, rushed to show proof of reserves. It's a nice show, but it's not enough. Proof of reserves, or showing exactly what an exchange holds, is an attempt at the type of transparency that has, as recent bankruptcy filings showed, badly lacking at FTX. And so to reassure customers in the wake of the failed exchanges collapse last week, exchanges including Binance, OKX, and Crypto.com held up their proof amid social media chronuses, not your keys, not your crypto. I just said chronuses, choruses, not your keys, not your crypto, and calls for greater clarity around the reserves of such exchanges. On the face of it, the transparency is a welcome move, but proof of reserves is just a single snapshot. It doesn't show the full picture, experts say. Assets are shown at a fixed point in time, which gives opportunities for manipulation. That's one of the things that's missing, or that's one of the things that happens. And then there's a bunch that's missing. They don't reveal audited fiat reserves, client and company liabilities, company loans, or other information that's necessary to ascertain a firm's financial health. Okay. So the proof of reserves gig that's happening right now is ultimately one of those where I think it's a show. I think it is another way to rub to rub your back, right? And this is bourbon. If you call bourbon coffee, Billy, this is just good old coffee, brother. And it's good cold coffee from earlier today. Got to tell you, high class over here. The proof of reserves, I believe, is a way to scratch your back, is a way to make you feel good. The issue that I want to throw out there is exactly what was just said. It's only showing you a little piece. I talked about this a little bit, I think, on Around the Blockchain, but if I only showed you, let's just say I just showed you one of my bank accounts from my construction business, just showed you an account, and it looks like the account's got lots of money in it. But little do you know, I owe, 100 grand to one of my subs over here and 50 grand over here and 500 grand over money all over the place. Those are called liabilities. Okay. I own, I've got loans on trucks and equipment and lumber and just stuff all over the place. If I don't show you any of that and all you've seen is my bank account, you'd say, oh, he's flush. He's good. That's kind of why it's a joke to say, hey, we'll show you our proof of reserves. Well, you better have some reserves. You're on exchange. You guys make massive amounts of money. You better have something sitting there. This is not the US government. This is not the banking system. This is not the fictional reserve banking system. Or is it? I call it fictional banking because we went from fractional to fictional when the 2020 COVID crash happened. All right. Now the banks don't have to hold anything. And I think that sets a precedent that is dangerous. I think that sets the groundwork to tell these other exchanges that want to act as if they are banks, they don't owe you anything, right? If you really look at it, your banks will as soon drop you as they legitimately, they don't care about you or anything that you have in that bank. We've seen it happening all over the world, right? They care about their bottom line. And if these exchanges are the same, are the same as a bank, if you want to look at it that way, I would advise be careful. Again, another reason to, as you keep hearing the chorus throughout the crypto space, not your keys, not your crypto, be your own bank. So what am I getting at? Ultimately, what I'm getting at is don't be fooled by some of these headlines. Don't be fooled by some of these ideas that are pushed out there because on its face, it feels good. It looks good, right? It's the idea. I'll throw one out there. It's a little bit political, but whatever. Joe Biden says my employment numbers are higher than any other president ever. Well, when you fire everyone nearly and then bring them back to work, you can't claim all of the people that you're bringing back that you fired as your employment numbers. Doesn't work like that, bucko. But that's what's happening here. It's a manipulation of what they're showing you. Right? It feels good when you first see it. And for those of you not paying attention, for those of you asleep at the wheel, you'll say, oh, well, Binance has got reserves. They're good. I'm not suggesting that Binance isn't good. I'm not suggesting that crypto.com is not good. I'm not suggesting that OKX isn't good. I'm not suggesting any of that. What I'm suggesting is if we're going to play that game, we need to see more. We just definitely need to see more. So just pay attention to what you're reading. Make sure you get the whole story. That's kind of what I'm getting at with that. And we're going to get into the bullish case here with Bitcoin in just a second. So stick around for that. Guys, if you're in the live chat, if you are on mobile, wherever you're at, X out of the live chat, takes 2 seconds. Smash the like. Tell YouTube, hey, we love us some Debate Crypto. And if you love Debate Crypto, you're following us on both of our Twitters. We got Danger Close Alpha and we've got Debate Crypto OG. Make sure you're doing that. You're in our Discord. You're following myself and Crusader on TikTok. You're doing all the things. And we appreciate you for every single bit of that. Chat, how are we feeling tonight? Everybody doing well this evening? Let's see here. Let me see what we got. Oh, we got Magic Internet Money in the house. Magic, great show last night, brother. Appreciate you as always for showing up and showing out. Super excited to have you on there. Alan, I see you, bro. I hope you saw me, Alan. I got to jump in. I'll jump back in the Discord here in a little bit, but I hope you saw me because I see you. I'm glad that you're here, dude. Thank you for coming in. Okay, so let's talk about it. Why is this going to be bullish for Bitcoin? Okay, well, I told you we weren't going to talk much about the FTX thing, but we're going to talk a little bit about it. The biggest thing that I see right here is that two things. One, Because FTX basically had zero Bitcoin in custody, they weren't able to force, they weren't able to force, they didn't have to sell off Bitcoin to cover liabilities. They didn't have the Bitcoin to cover. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Alameda, which was, you know, their market maker, Alameda, which ultimately was Sam's like girlfriend, and however many other people were involved in that whole little love scene. They had no liquidation point, none. So think about that for a second. They could never get liquidated out of a trade. So they could stay in a trade for as long as they want and all but be guaranteed money if they were even moving in the right direction. Shout out to Magic. Magic, could you imagine if you had, I know you're in the chat, could you imagine if on the short that you have right now, if there was absolutely zero liquidation point? Can you imagine the amount of extra money you would be able to make knowing that you have no liquidation point? You could long and short, okay? So you could be covering, but just following which one is absolutely, I mean, it is absolutely mind-blowing, the crime that was behind this, okay? So the good thing is for Bitcoin is that they didn't have any to dump. A lot of this is already priced in. I do think we're going to see lower prices, but there's not a whole bunch that needs dumped to cover any liabilities that they may have because they didn't have Bitcoin to dump. I don't know if y'all know this, but Sam was kind of a Bitcoin hater, so to speak. And what I think is the biggest bullish case for Bitcoin is that it freaking makes sense. What do you mean, Keeper? Well, let me tell you. I'm glad you asked. Bitcoin makes sense because when was the last time you had a computer protocol screw you out of something unless it was set up and designed to do that? I'm not talking about a phishing attack that some scammer set up. I'm talking about a computer protocol that just the computer protocol doesn't have human emotions. The computer protocol does what it's told to do. Bitcoin does a good job at doing what it's told to do. This ledger does a good job of keeping track of things. The mining operations that are spread out, that's decentralized throughout the entire world, works. So guess what? Why would we stop doing it? Why would this be anything but bullish? The centralized authorities, the centralized entities are what's killing us. They are the liabilities. We've been talking about this for a long time, and I just want to make sure it sinks in. That's the liability, right? There's probably not a more bullish case. I'll bet you Ledger. I'll bet you the company Ledger that made more money. I'm using them as an example because we got a code down below the stream if you're looking for a Ledger hardware wallet that supports the channel. But I'll bet you they made more money in the past couple of weeks than they ever have, right? It's literally mind-blowing that it had to come to this, though, for people to realize that. So the bullish case for Bitcoin, which also the rest of the market rides its coattails, is the fact that all of this centralized crap is causing people issues. It's causing people headaches, and it's causing people to lose money. Nobody's just losing money by long-term holding Bitcoin, but people that had any sort of long-term funds with this centralized establishment that was FTX sure lost money, and they're going to lose. People are losing a lot of money. Part of the problem there is there's been some big money involved in it. And you've got people like Kevin O'Leary involved that want to, maybe save face a little bit and say, hey, I've made bad investments before. He probably did that. Now, listen, you're allowed to make mistakes. I've made plenty of them. I openly talk about that, right? That's facts. That's life. But what I'm getting at is don't sweep it under the rug just because you don't want to talk about the mistakes that were made. Don't sweep it under the rug because this is one of your cronies that's making, large donations of money to your party of choice, if you will. Don't sweep it under the rug because at the end of the day, when you're looking to have your back scratched, that, that person scratched yours. No. Bitcoin's going to do what it says it's going to do, and it's going to continue to do so. So if intrinsically you think Bitcoin works, I want you to smash the like. That's really freaking simple. I want you to drop a 1 in the chat if you believe Bitcoin is where it's at long term. Now, we love our NFTs. We love our NFTs. We've obviously got Danger Close Alpha. That's huge, right? That is a way you can support our channel. That's a way you can support myself and Crusader. That's a way you can be a part of what we are doing. But at the end of the day, this all started with, and I believe will end with, Bitcoin. There's a reason that I talk about the Bitcoin standard a lot. Get learned. Read the book. It's by Safton Amos. I never know if I'm butchering his name. I met the man in person, but I don't know if I'm butchering his name. But if you can't tell, I'm a little bit fired up tonight. Had a great dinner this evening. And, we've got people talking about all of this debacle everywhere. I'm getting tired of talking about it. So what I want to throw out there is that nothing has changed in these markets. You have the ability. Look at all these ones. I don't see any twos. I don't see anything other than ones. Bitcoin works. You have an opportunity sitting in front of you right now to be better, to do better, right? To make some different decisions. Yeah, hardware wallets give an extra step. Yeah, they're not the easiest thing in the world, but they're not tricky. They're not really difficult if you spend a little bit of time figuring them out. At the end of the day, I keep going back to what Hazley said in the chat, I think last week. It's a lot less expensive for that hardware wallet than whatever you lost on that centralized exchange. And they're called an exchange for a reason. To exchange. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. So crypto fam, I love you guys. I appreciate you so much for being here. You could be anywhere on a beautiful Friday night, but you're hanging out, kicking it with me, Keeper. So I love you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Get your money off these exchanges. Get your crypto off exchanges. Get a hardware wallet. Click the code down below. Question everything. Trust nothing. And until next time, hodl like it's hot. We will see you soon.